Hey everyone, Jeff here, Trauma Type. Going to take this personabilities.com test. Kind of ripped this idea from Gen X Jeff. You can watch his results on the channel. This is basically a 4-part test. I'm going to break this up into 4 parts and just kind of see how it goes. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. I hope you guys can see it. So I'm just putting what organization I'm with. Nichols Goods and Services is actually the LLC I started a long time ago and actually never utilized. I am course master of the universe. And the actual real question, following a quick judgment call, I am confident that I can find evidence to support my obvious conclusions. Uh, I think it's kind of in the middle. I think most people, like, sometimes I have to make snap decisions. INTJs isn't that's they're really their bread and butter. So yeah, I'll go 4, I guess. I love finishing tasks through a clear step-by-step process. Uh Kind of in the middle again. I would say lean more towards no. And I'm guessing 0 means not at all and 7 means most. Yes. Okay, 0 is completely agree, 7 is completely agree. So I'm going to say a 3 there. No, I'm going to go 2. I kind of like to make my own process, I guess. I had some viewers, I guess they left. I know how to make calculated risk after I look at all the different options like a chess or poker player. Yeah, I think I do that as long as I don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. I can tend to do that. I would prefer reading books on philosophy than most other subjects. I have a hard time reading philosophy, kind of. I'd rather read philosophy than a lot of other things. So I'm gonna go in kind of in the middle. It is very easy for me to stay focused on one particular subject or topic for an extended period of time, as long as I'm interested in it. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5 because I usually don't try to focus on stuff that I'm not interested in, anyways. The more structured the environment, the higher my productivity. I think too much structure is kind of smothering, so I'm gonna go kind of. I'm gonna go in the middle again. Kind of in the middle of the road with most of these. I'm a phenomenal memorizer who can remember every last detail in some way: phone numbers, music, codes, recipes, even a dance routine. There's a lot of different things. These are kind of the things I have against personality tests, really, because they kind of have a lot of bleed through in the answers, meaning that, I mean, remembering a phone number, remembering a dance routine is 2 different things. When I was a kid, I could look at a phone number once and memorize it. Can't anymore, though. Um, a dance routine, I got pretty proficient with judo, and I was actually doing a little bit of tango, and I actually was picking it up pretty quick. So, since it's a very broad question, I guess I'll give a kind of in the middle answer. I have a deep understanding of subjects that cannot be empirically tested: spirituality or spiritual, paranormal, and other metaphysical topics. I say, yeah, I'd go all the way up. I'm extremely rational and an emotional person who always considers logic, reasoning before I listen to my heart. I definitely use my heart to steer, but I definitely try to choose ration over emotion. So I'm gonna go 6. But I do try to. I'm gonna go 5 actually. I try to give more an emotional response, but it doesn't always happen, I guess. I am very much a verbal thinker who generally thinks in words opposed to images. Started reading Temple Grandin's book, Thinking in Pictures, I think is the name, or Thinking in Images. I can't remember what it was, and I got sidetracked and started reading another book on healing ADD by Dr. Daniel Amen, kind of to help my son. Kind of in the middle, but I think I lean more towards images, so I'm gonna go like 2. When going out to eat, I prefer trying a new restaurant to a familiar favorite. Not really. I like to stick to what I know, stick to what I like. I'm an artistic person who's extremely skilled at making things beautiful, aesthetically pleasing. Not really. Give myself a 1 there. I enjoy classifying things, ideas, and people into clearly defined categories. Yes, I think that's what my channel is about. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'd appreciate it. I am readily experienced the feelings of emotions of others as they were my own. Oh, no, not at all. I can effortlessly move, spin, and rotate things in my head, geometrical shape, or a physical object. Not great, but not bad. So I'm gonna give myself something in the middle here, like a 3, I guess. My overactive imagination keeps me entertained by creating worlds of new possibilities inside my head. Yes, definitely. Do that all the time. That's pretty much what NI is. I love making decisions that directly affect other people. I don't really mind doing it, I guess. But I don't really care for it. If I have to do it, I will. So I'm going to give myself a 2. A project is only completed when all the little details fall into place. That's kind of what bites me in the ass. I'm definitely a big picture thinker. So I think like, oh, I want to what this look like 10 years in the future. And I just try to get there and the pieces kind of fall into place as they go. So that's a fairly true statement for me. So I'm going to give it a 5, I suppose. Oops. I'm an expert troubleshooter who loves to figure out where things went wrong and find practical solutions. Definitely. I love multilinear. I process multilinear by thinking in several directions simultaneously to find a unique, clear answers. Yes, I say so. Definitely sounds kind of NITE. And if you guys want to take this test, I haven't linked it down there yet. I'll put it here in the chat. Oh, there's my video. I'll link it down in the video at the end. Don't worry, you guys can take it. It's personalabilities.com. You can see it up here. As someone who always knows exactly what they want in life, I think it's strange when people don't have preferences. Yeah. Kind of the whole dichotomy between FI and FE. Usually FI you just have like, I like this, I like that. This is my favorite color. This is my favorite band. So and so I feel strong about this. And FE users like, oh, what do you more feel like it? I don't know. What do you want to eat? We'll go with whatever you want. So it is kind of strange to me because I guess FE trickster. I feel highly embarrassed when others act awkwardly by disregarding appropriate social norms. Nope, I'm the one disregarding appropriate social norms. So I'm the one making people embarrassed, I guess. All my decisions are based on observable empirical data. I think that is like 5% of what you can actually capture in reality. I think studies have a purpose, but I don't think they're all the end all be all like people try to say they are. There's no way in the world you can catch. I answered the same on that one. The one before me, the number 24, I'm guessing, about disregarding appropriate social norms. Yeah, I can see that. So I'm going to go, I'll consider empirical data, but I definitely don't make decisions based on all that. So I'm going to go with that a 2. I often think about esoteric meaning behind complex topic symbols and arcane subjects. Yep, that's like nonstop for me. The big picture is always more important to me than the details of any project. Yes, unfortunately, but that kind of comes back and bites me in the ass. I'd say details are kind of a weak point in a lot of ways. I try to give myself a detail day once a week. I've been pretty slacking on it where I just go through this channel and my project and try to work on little things to kind of connect the dots. Because it starts here and it goes way over there and I'm way over there, but there's all this stuff I need to fill out in the middle, and yeah, I'm not doing it. As an extremely effective and tactful communicator, no. I always know how to tailor my speaking style. No, I'm pretty terrible at that. Another thing that comes and bites me in the ass. I can easily design solutions for making or fixing physical objects. No, I'm pretty clumsy at it. I did hang out with a lot of SPs, ESTPs, ESFPs, like working on cars and stuff. So I got a little bit better at it. But yeah, you don't want to call me to work on your car. Trust me. I'm the last person you want me to work on a car. I can kind of know like, well, this part does this part does that, and then it could be failing because of that. I know how to troubleshoot in my head, but once it gets to grabbing the tools and using my hands, yep, get somebody who knows what they're doing. As someone who's heavily drawn towards fine arts, I care deeply about the creative processes. I kind of consider like channel, like YouTubing and podcasting a bit of an art, or even like something like judo. I wouldn't say I'm drawn towards fine arts. So I'm going to go in the middle here. Go to 3. Decisions should be based on standards, rules, and principles as opposed to individual feelings and circumstances. Decisions should be based on standards, rules, and principles opposed to individual feelings or circumstances. I'm gonna give that a 2. I think standards, rules, and principles, they only cover so much, and rules typically benefit a certain group of people, and they kind of screw over the majority of people. So they're not always applicable if you're going to actually get something done. As an expert listener, I never misread people's body language, tone, voice, or intent. Tone of voice or intent. Their intent, I'm usually pretty good at seeing, but body language and tone of voice, not so much. I can kind of get when someone's trying to manipulate me and what they're trying to get out of me. I'm going to give myself a 4 there because I don't have the whole picture, but I can kind of see when someone's trying to stab me in the back or manipulate me in a negative way. I have an internal compass. I always have a strong sense of direction. Well, I just released a video about lacking direction, lacking self-identity. I do have a strong internal compass. I just don't really, I guess it's kind of in the middle. How do I see the intent? I'm just really paranoid by nature. I know you talked about how you're over trusting. I'm the complete opposite. I'm completely distrusting of people. I always assume the worst of people. So I'm always like, I meet somebody like, you really got to earn my respect. You got to earn my trust. So I can kind of see when they just want to be, I guess, friendly and want to talk to me and have like superficial conversations, or if somebody's actually going to try to get to know me and know me on a deep level and kind of understand that I have a really particular experience in this life and a lot of abnormalities about me, I guess. But I've worked in prison so long, I grew up being completely oblivious to what people want and what people feel, how people feel. And I got screwed over and burned so many times, and working in like prisons and stuff like that, where you're just manipulated all day, every day. You just kind of develop a bullshit detector, I guess. So I can kind of see when people are going to bullshit me or trying to con me or stuff like that. So I'm pretty good at that. But like if a girl's flirting with me, I have a hard time seeing that. Or if somebody is just being friendly or something like that, I can't really pick up the tone of voice or the body language in that way. But I can tell when somebody's trying to butter me up to screw me over. If that answers the question, I hope it does. I usually spend much more time thinking about intangible things, ideas, thoughts, or personal feelings than tangible things, activities, physical objects, or real people. Definitely. I am always confident in my ability to judge or assess any given situation. Not any given situation, no. Certain situations, yeah. If it comes to people or socializing, I'm pretty oblivious. If it comes to like manipulating a system or manipulating a process where I can get what I want out of it, then yeah. So I'm gonna go in the middle here. I'm gonna give myself like a 4. I'll go 3, a little bit lower, because there's just people everywhere, unfortunately. I won't start on a project until I understand all the details involved. I have to make myself start on projects or I won't get started. INTJs, there's this big misconception about INTJs that we have to plan everything through. We try to do that, but we get stuck in analysis paralysis and we never start anything. So I'm gonna give myself I won't start. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a 4. I definitely have to be comfortable and be informed to start something. I really just can't throw myself out there and just start something because I know I'm going to fall flat on my face, and it's not always a good thing. You can learn from it, but I'd rather go in informed and have a better chance of getting it right the first time. As an extremely strategic thinker, I enjoy coming up with long-term action plans, scenarios, risks, and possibilities. Yep, just do that all day in my head. I can always see the big abstract picture while simultaneously knowing the pertinent details of any important project. I can definitely see the big picture, but seeing the pertinent details of any important project, as long as I'm informed enough and I'm comfortable enough and I've done it a while, yes. Like I used to grow medical marijuana and people were amazed at like just how I can work through things and figure out how to make things more efficient. and get to the end point, but I'll give myself a 5 here. I mean, I can't just say, hey, hand me this and I can figure it out. I mean, I might have to study and kind of learn from it. I might have to prepare a while for it. I just can't. Here you go into it and figure it out. Not always the case for me. When I'm in charge of a situation, I'm often extremely insistent about how things should be done. Yeah, I'm a bit of a control freak. I'll give myself a 6. I try to step back and let other people do it, but I usually get frustrated that they're going too slow or they're incompetent or they're just doing it the wrong way. But I rarely like to take charge, but I will if I have to. Community and group traditions are extremely important to me. Not whatsoever. Not at all. I'm very attuned to data, facts, and other numerical figures. I got myself a 5 there. I definitely like the big abstract things, but it does need to be backed by some data. You have to kind of bring it into the world for people to understand in some way. I mean, what you're daydreaming in your head isn't necessarily going to be true for other people, even though you can see the way to get there. I am heavily drawn to alternative subject matters, espousing unconventional viewpoints. Definitely give myself a 7 there. Jess says, Gen X Jess says, I didn't pick up on that from you, the control freak thing. Kind of like, I don't know. I think that's one reason why I think I'm kind of autistic. I'm different on here than I am in person. Like if I'm at work or something, if things kind of don't go a certain way, I can get kind of upset. But like I said, I usually just step back, and if other people are doing their things, and I just try to sneak around and at work and do what I want to get away with. I mean, I don't do anything particularly bad, but I just don't do what other people are doing. But if something doesn't go my way, I kind of get upset, but I try to get away from that, trying to just let things flow, but it doesn't always work. Illogical people cannot make meaningful contributions to society because they are helplessly efficient. That's the kind of thinking I'm trying to get out of. I mean, I really try to go into it like you can learn something from everybody, even if you don't like the person or you don't like their viewpoints or ideologies. But I think that's false in a lot of ways. But I think a lot of times they do more harm than good, like social justice warriors and stuff like that. I'm gonna give it a 2. I think there's some benefit to it, but not always. I'm able to talk my way out of trouble or other tricky situations. Yeah, I'm actually pretty good at that. When it comes time to it, I can talk myself out of like speeding tickets. Usually, I think I've only gotten one actual speeding ticket. I'm actually pretty good at, if I get caught doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing, I can kind of play dumb, or, well, I thought this was supposed to be this way or that way. I think making people think you're stupider than you really are is a pretty powerful tool. It's definitely something I've done in my whole life. And I read it in like one of Robert Greene's books. I forgot. I think it's 48 Laws of Power, possibly. Definitely don't let people think you're smart, because then that makes them feel insecure, makes them feel stupid. It's not a good thing to do. You want people to think, you want to dumb yourself down, I think, in a lot of ways, and let people underestimate you rather than overestimate you. It's kind of how I get by. Probably not the healthiest way, but I guess it is what it is. Sensory experiences like eating, drinking, dancing, singing, exercising are highly pleasurable to me. Eating definitely is. Exercising can be. I've been wanting to get into dancing more. Usually requires a person, I guess, unless you do some stupid like hip hop stuff or whatever. I'll give myself a 5. I'm a bit hedonistic when it comes to food, that's for sure. And I love to exercise. I just don't have as much time, and my body's always hurting anymore. Kind of starting to think I have like a autoimmune disease or something. My favorite classes in school were focused on art, literature, music, and other creative fields. Not really. I was more in like history and stuff when I was in school. I didn't really care for it. History was kind of fun. Square dancing. I could picture you square dancing with like a Sigil Baphomet shirt on. That'd be funny. I did a little bit of tango. I want to do swing dancing. I think swing dancing would be fun. Judo's a lot like dancing too. It's almost exactly like choreographed like dancing. Instead of going along and trying to coexist with a partner. You're just trying to throw them on the ground and twist their joints and choke them out and stuff. So it's different outcome, same process in a way. It's kind of funny. As someone who hates making exceptions to the rule, I believe that consistency leads to best outcomes. Someone who hates making exceptions to the rule, I believe consistency leads to best outcomes. It's probably true. I just kind of give up on things a little too easily, I guess. I'm going to give it a 4. I highly value my ability to reach a consensus when communicating with others. Not really. I'm not very good at it. I'm going to give myself a 1 there. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be a little more agreeable. I'll go 2. I definitely think rather than trying to go against the grain all the time, I'm just trying to say, yeah, whatever, I guess. It's not really that important to me when it comes down to it. Just let you do it. I don't care. I'm great at conceptualizing ideas or theories through visual means, graphs, charts, images. I'm great at conceptualizing ideas. I'm okay at it, I guess. I don't think my visuals are the best, but I'll give myself a 4. My work must be intimately connected with my original thoughts and creations. Yeah, a little bit too much. Kind of got to consider others' perspectives, I guess, when I do things. People should be much more direct and to the point when they communicate. I think that would make the world so much easier and so much better. But unfortunately, it's not like that, especially with women. It seems like they're just very beating around the bush, indirect, read my mind. They expect me to read their minds, and I can't do that. I'm deliberate before I make big decisions. Deliberate before I make big decisions. Yeah, that's a fair statement for me. I usually try to think things through. When I make big purchases or make big life changes, I think it through pretty thoroughly. It's important to debate my issues and concerns. I never have any problems bringing up a disagreement. Yeah, for sure. A little bit too much there again. I kind of go off the chains. Gets me in trouble sometimes. Physical pleasure is overrated. I can't compare to emotional, intellectual inspiration. I'll give that a 6. I mean, sex is fun. I don't ever get to have it very often, but any emotional part of sex and intimacy is good too. But yeah, I can't really compare to it. But I'll give it a 5. There's some benefit to it. In quick, stressful moments, I need to be able to make swift actions by verbally or physically expressing myself to others. Not really. I mean, if like there's somebody acting out of work, I'm the first one there to grab them and take them to the ground. But I wouldn't say that's verbally or physically expressing myself. I guess physically expressing myself. I mean, what do they expect me to go do? Like go into contemplative dance or something? Like, what does that mean? Physically expressing myself in stressful moments? Do I get out like bongos and start hitting them and singing Kumbaya? What does that fucking mean? I don't get it. I'll go in the middle. That question doesn't really make sense to me. Question 56. I prefer to ignore my problems and deal with them at a later date. Not really. I don't really procrastinate too much. I try not to. It happens sometimes. I have no stage fright or fear of public speaking. Oh, I have a terrible fear of that. Even though I do it here on YouTube, I don't do it very much in person. Something I need to get over. Even if I have serious issue with someone, I still prefer to be agreeable with them but not bringing it up. No. I got into this with narcissistic ESTP at work a week or two ago. He's trying to pawn all this work off me and this other guy, and I said, nope, I'm not doing it. And we started yelling at each other, and yeah, little asshole. Screw that. I'm not putting up with that shit. Everyone else just puts up with this guy's shit and just lets him get away with what he wants, but not me. He ain't doing that shit to me. I'm confident that I can overcome any danger, crisis, or obstacle in my way. I'll go 4. Definitely, if it's like something social barriers are the biggest thing stopping me. I think pretty much everything else I can navigate around for the most part. Harmony is much more important than competition. For example, everyone's a winner in my book. Hell no. Get shit done. That's what we need to do. Harmony, everyone. That's super FE right there. Shit needs to get done. Harmony doesn't get shit done. I never freeze up when I'm in danger. My instincts take over and save me from harm. Definitely. I've just had a lot of experience. This may not be an INTJ, typical INTJ thing, but let's not stereotype. I just worked in prisons. I worked psych hospitals and stuff. This dude was hanging himself, and I saved his life. 30 seconds, the dude probably would have been dead. People were freezing up and acting out and screaming and yelling, and I was the calm one there. So no, definitely not. I would always rather be left alone than have to talk about something stressful from my personal life. Yeah, a little too much. Try not to do it, but not too many people I can relate to. Just my therapist, really. In a moment, I'll give myself a 6 there because I'm trying to get out of it a little bit, but just doing it very terribly. In a moment, I'm more likely to act before I think. Not really. Anything I need to think before I act a little bit more. I get highly embarrassed when others put me on the spotlight. Not always embarrassed, but uncomfortable, I guess. I'll give myself a 5 there. It depends on the situation. Like I said, if somebody needs dropped at work or somebody needs handled, like somebody's being argumentative, I'm quick to put them in their place and get back on track of what we need to do. I enjoy roller coasters, skydiving, or an experience that produces high adrenaline rush. Man, I wanted to go skydiving. I know Jeff was talking about this when he did that. There's this place called Skydive Arizona near where I grew up. It's one of the most popular skydiving places in the world. I need to lose a little bit of weight before I can do that. I think I have to be under 220 to do it. I'm about 240 right now, but I definitely want to go skydiving. I used to love roller coasters. Haven't went to an amusement park in a long time. Arizona doesn't have very good amusement parks. But yeah, like judo and stuff, and somebody's like fighting and you just go tackle them and take them to the ground. That's fun. Like at work. Because I don't really feel a whole lot of emotions, but when I'm in a stressful situation like that, it makes me feel something, I think. I'm a highly realistic person. I recognize that people's dreams are often impractical. If anything, I'm the impractical one. I'll give myself a 2. I try to make it somewhat realistic, but when I have any kind of problem, I want to solve it fast as possible. Yes, I am very impatient with the process, and I beat myself up, and it's not the best thing in the world. My personal fears can sometimes prevent me from normal experiences: driving, flying, swimming, fireworks, sports, concerts. Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. I'll give myself a 5. Definitely a lot less, but like the avoidant personality disorder and possible autism, they can definitely get in the way of stuff like that, I guess. Like I didn't really learn to swim till maybe about 5 years ago. I had a real traumatic experience when I was a kid with my dad, and my mom and stuff put ideas that water is like the most dangerous thing in the world. But yeah, concerts, I used to go to concerts all the time, but now it's just too much stimulation for me. Almost done here. Oh, we are done. Okay, select my age range, 36 to 50. Complete or intended college's major fields of study. Social science, and I can't pick more than one. I had minored in religious studies, which is a humanity. Social sciences, psychology for sure. Got some college. What? It doesn't have my gender on here? How dare they? I'm male. Screw that. What's my ethnicity? I am white. I'm also Hispanic Latino, but I'm mostly white. There we go. Biracial, multi-ethnic. I am a BHT, behavioral health technician. How satisfied my current occupation, field of study? My occupation, no. My field of study, I do like psychology, just not the psychology they teach. If applicable, how helpful was your college experience has been with your professional world? Not very helpful at all. If applicable, please list your first job. What the hell first job after college? I don't even remember. I mean, I guess I got my associate's degree, but I'll go in the middle because I can't remember what it was. I mean, I'm not very satisfied with any jobs I ever had, so I guess I'll aim low there. Industry of expertise. Medicine, healthcare, I guess. Damn it. Psychologist. I spelled that wrong. Here we go. Why can I submit? Question 77 needs an answer. All right, drum roll. I am the guru. Guru's strong intuition knows no bounds. Your understanding of abstract subject matter supersedes all. I can't read out loud for some reason. Those of any other type. It's no surprise that you're the rarest type. Oh, go figure. You are an exceptionally creative leader who inspires others to see new impactful realities. Gurus have incredible ideas that inspire others to realize their greatest potential. As an imaginative individual, wow, I can't read today. You are able to see innumerable possibilities, yet your subconscious is always able to reach quick conclusions. You're an expert generalist. That's true. I always try to dabble a little bit of everything. In almost every field you choose, you become an expert and add value. That is the complete opposite of a generalist, I guess. As an expert, you're not really an expert in anything. Gurus often have both genius level IQ and EQ. Definitely not EQ. Few individuals share your phenomenal abilities. You could be anything from scientist to cleric or a doctor and still achieve world-renowned status. Okay, I guess I'm a guru. All right, well, there's 3 other parts of this test. It was kind of random, and they say INTJs can't be spontaneous. I'll go ahead and put it in the links. Gen X, Jeff, and anybody else in the audience, I appreciate you watching and your participation. Have a good day.